Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The line between setting boundaries and controlling behavior can be blurred sometimes. Joining us to set the record straight, our favorite therapist, Dr. Angela Jones. So when we talk about the line between boundaries and controlling someone, when do you know, well, okay, describe a decent boundary.
Okay.
And then give us the opposite, which is controlling.
All right. So
we need samples, examples here.
Sample it up. All right. So a good sample. If you continue to yell at me, I'm going to leave. That is a good boundary.
Right.
A bad boundary. You keep on yelling, and that's it. That doesn't tell them nothing.
Right.
So one is, I'm telling you to stop doing something, and if you don't stop, I'm going to change my behavior. The other one is me just telling you to change you without any repercussion of what I'm going to do to protect myself. So it is a very thin line, like you stated. A controlling behavior is me trying to control someone else's behavior. A boundary is me saying, if your behavior continues, I need to go change my behavior. So if anybody ever is like wondering, is this a boundary or am I being controlling, you need to ask, who am I trying to change in that scenario? And it has to be you if you're trying to maintain a boundary.
Now, let's begin with boundaries first. What if a person is offended by your boundaries, which is something that's justified? We just heard from you.
Right.
But they feel uncomfortable with it. They feel like they don't like it, and it imposes on what they believe.
You know, and the thing is, that is the risk. If you tell someone a boundary and they don't like it, that's fine. They don't have to like it. But you have to make sure you keep your boundary to you. So if you say you're going to leave, or I'm going to hang up this phone, or we're no longer talking, you have to make sure you keep that to yourself. You have to keep that promise to yourself. But they likely won't like it, and that's the risk. That's what makes it hard for people to enforce boundaries, because they know that enforcing a boundary may upset someone. They may not like it. It may cause more of an argument because they don't understand it. And what it really is that they just don't like that you're saying you're going to do something that they don't want. They can't control you also in that scenario as well.
Number one on your list is always to have that conversation. So should you just tell someone, here's my boundary, or let me explain why? Or is that doing too much?
It depends on the relationship, right? If I feel compelled to explain it to you because I want to, sure, but you don't really have to. If someone's on the phone with me and they're screaming at me, or if they're using curse words and I don't want to hear that, I don't have to explain to them why I feel offended when they curse on the phone. I could just say, excuse me, if you continue to use that language, I'm going to have to hang up the phone. And if they keep on, click. The hard part usually is you clicking, but that person will continue to stomp all over your boundaries if you don't do what you say you're going to do.
And there are many people who will agree to abide by your boundaries, but then cross them again.
They do. And you know, sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not intentional. Sometimes you have to remind well-meaning people, hey, remember, I don't really like cursing, right? So tone that down a little bit. And they'll be like, oh, my bad, I totally forgot. Okay, that's a well-meaning person. But someone who says, I don't care, I'm going to say what I want to say. Well, you're more than welcome to say what you want to say, but I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from the situation. And so the thing that people don't understand is, if you're trying to tell somebody to do something to change who they are or their behavior, that can be considered controlling. You always have to follow it up with the plan of what you're going to do. If you continue to talk to me that way, I'm out of here. Then you need to be out of here. They'll crush you. They're going to test you. They're going to try to poke you to say, oh yeah, you're going to leave for real, and they're going to keep on doing that. So
you did that. So you did that.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, but learning how to enforce boundaries is a practice, and you have to do it every single time and follow up on it. Otherwise, you know, you're just going to fall behind every single time. So.
All right, Dr. Angela Jones, always good to see you. We appreciate your time here.